Hello, and welcome to Century Tattoo's latest and greatest news. If you follow me online, you should seen a picture or animated CGI of the next Signetic and its co-op box. We call it the co-op because they work together. The pen will not work without that box. It might work with another generator out there on the market. We haven't tried any of the other ones yet, but it won't run unless you have the generator with it, hence it being the co-op box. We do not have any of them. They are in production, but I do have the electronics, and this is basically just a vape box that I converted to house my electronics for now. Square holes suck in aluminum by hand. But anyways, I wanted to be able to demonstrate what the box and the pen can do and how it will function and how amazing it is. There's amazing stuff with it because it will enhance the current model on the market as well. I'll get into that in a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead. You see that I'm running at 12 volts. I recommend anywhere between 10 and 12 volts for the co-op system. Even when you're going to use the co-op system with your current model that's on the market now, even though the current model is rated for 5 to 7.5 volts, you will be perfectly fine when you run it with the co-op system at 12 volts, or between 10 and 12 volts. When you step on the power, you'll notice you have an LCD display now. We also don't have mechanical trimmers or potentiometers to deal with, which is amazingly wonderful. You notice I have 4 little buttons here. On the image of the CGI that you've seen, you saw 4 silver buttons with some engravings on it. This one, obviously, I'm not going to have any engravings. I know what they do. Basically, this would be your hertz up, your hertz down, duty up, duty down. When we run at 12 volts, we basically want to keep our duty anywhere between 6 to 7.5%. I know that sounds weird. Why not go lower? For some reason, the system is a little bit reversed. If I go lower, my amps will actually go up. If I go up on the duty, my amps will actually drop. So, I'll plug one in here. You'll notice this is a current model on the market, but it is missing the electronics. Basically, the coil and the light are wired directly to the RCA, and that's it. That's how the new model will be also. As soon as I plug it in, it's already running exactly where I had it left last time I was running it. Basically, there's no more warm up if the machine's really cold. It's going to run where you have it forever, however long you want it there, no matter how many times you turn it off, turn it on. Even if you want to grab your liner real quick, it's going to run your liner instantly. You can even have this at a different setting. This one's run a little bit shorter stroke than the shader is. You still have the full functionality of the current model where you can lower your stroke to speed it up. If you want to go really fast. I don't know who really likes to go this fast, but you can. It's a jackhammer, basically. Whatever's like 105 or something. beautiful stroke. And it is so strong. This is basically almost like a direct drive in a sense. The fact that I'm at 12 volts and you're like, well, how do you can get it softer? When I raise my duty, my amps will lower. Right now I'm at 0.88. As long as I'm below 0.90, definitely below 1 amp, we're going to keep our coil cool. So in this range, I'm going to basically, I don't want to get any higher than that. So you notice if I raise my duty, to 75, my amps dropped a lot, and my machine is running a lot softer. Really soft to the hip. Perfect for gray shading. We have some tight liners. We've got blowouts. I would suggest using it in this at 75%. I'll show you what happens if we go below 50. Or below 50 here. Watch the amps over on this side. Yeah, I'm below 50%, but I'm at 1.22. This thing is a definite jackhammer. You can't even stop it. But we can't be running in that temperature mode, basically. People that have this current model with the electronics in it, I was telling you that you can plug it in and it will operate with this box. The trick is, if you're going to leave the electronics in here, you just basically lower your hertz all the way down to 0. Basically, you just keep turning and turning and turning and turning. That does nothing anymore. And then you would plug it into the CO-OP box, and you would adjust this and the voltage and whatever to get your stroke where you desire, and it will run basically the same as a system that does not have electronics in it. Or if you're brave enough, I'll have a video up where you just pull this out, wire the wires directly to here. You could even put the cap back on, screw it up, and it'll just be a little empty chamber for whatever you want to, I don't know, hide some whatever in there, you know. Or you can leave them in, lower it, and don't even mess with it, and it'll be just fine. I don't know if you noticed, but I've just been letting the machine run just so you can see it's how consistent it is. It won't change, won't vary. Plastic's already kind of tore up. This machine actually has electronics in it. This is what's on the market. I had already lowered this to 0. And you can see the lights in there, the electronics. The co-op generator is pretty impressive. I mean, I'm able to bypass my electronic and still push my signal through strong enough. I mean, this is, I would almost say this is actually stronger than the pin by itself, but some pretty damn amazing stuff, I would say. Very lovely. And same thing with the using the co-op box. It eliminates any warm-up from the generator that's already in here. This is my personal one. It's all dirty and dinged up. It scratches. I've taken it apart a million times just to fiddle with it. And they got pregnant and gave birth to this little guy. What a beautiful whole family now they have. I also want to show, if you like to tattoo below, I'd say 100 hertz. Some of these cards are loud. If you like to go below 100 hertz, that's all fine and dandy, but the electronic system is basically on a channel. It has 0 to 99 on one channel, we'll have 100 to 10,000 on the second channel, and so forth up to 4 channels. You're never going to access 3 or 4, you'll never even get to that point. You should never even be up there. But to access them, you'll notice if I drop this right here below 100, it turned off. And then it starts up with a little stutter. And it's basically because it's not understanding what's going on. Simple. Now I'm on that channel. I can lower my hertz, which will enable me to get a long, punchy, slow hit. See that punch it puts into that plastic. A lot of people like to do those fast dotted line work. This would be great for that. Super punchy. What is that? 89. Now I'm also down here. You're going to notice if you try to go up, it's going to stop. But just give it a second and it'll go in. For some reason, when we're in the 0 to 99 area, the power is a little different. Every time we go up, they'll pause. See how you had a little pause coming on, back on? Not even a second, but I think it has something to do with the amount of, I would say, voltage we're using when we're in this 0 to 99 hertz range. Going lower doesn't matter. it won't pause on you. Going up, it's going to pause, but if you watch right when I hit 100, it comes back on its own. Of course, I have to adjust the gap for that. Really wish you guys could feel this. I'm super excited about this. I almost can't even sleep at night because I want this thing to be born in its real box. I would love to have the shoulder and pen for the customers also. A lot of people complain they don't like the backpack. So the RCA is actually moved from way up here to down here, which will keep your cord length basically reaching right about here, right off to the back end, which will be really nice. Sorry about that, I ran out of battery. So I think it was in the pre-order when I left, or when the battery died here. The machine, this is already available. The machine without the backpack, the newer model, it will be available for pre-order by itself. And then you can buy a package with a box and a machine, and you can buy 2 machines in the box also, all for pre-order. I'm going to put a 10% off, and basically it's first come first serve. I'm going to be making this box. I don't know if you saw in the CGI, but the one of them had color, a green top, the other one was all black where it was spinning. I'm going to go with the all black because I can make them and get them out quicker in smaller batches. I don't have to worry about special order colors. I can get 20 in 30 to 40 days and keep going and going and going from there. So people that are pre-ordering, they're not waiting long. The guy who ordered his a month from now isn't getting his the same day a guy who just ordered his. Whoever ordered here, they're in line first, they get theirs first, and that's how I'm going to do it. I think it will actually get it out quicker for the public to enjoy that way. I don't know if there was anything I missed here. You don't have to use my cables. You can use regular cables. There's only one thing I ask you to do, is always make sure that the cable is wired correctly. This box is protected, but still, having a backwards wire is going to make something not run right in here. And I have come across, I don't know how many times people have blown out stuff because they didn't have the correct RCA. It was crossed either here or down here, and they never knew it because they're just running their motor backwards and they think they're running fine and blah blah blah. Well, not in this situation. You gotta have a solid wired RCA. It has to be positive on one end, positive on the other. It has to be identical. Other than that, this machine is basically bulletproof. It's sound, it's beautiful, steady, constant, doesn't heat up. You have 2 machines in a box, and I think you would just be dominating. You'd be so happy. I hope you guys like this little video. If you have any questions, hit me up. Like I said, the current model can run on this box. When you get this, you want to keep it up between 10 and 12 volts. Always keep your duty above 60. If you're at 10, you can go into the 50 range, but once you're into the 11s and 12s, just stay above 60 and more above. And that should be it. You'll be running great. You can run any cart you want. You can have any stroke, any speed you want. Constantly consistent whenever you want. As soon as you step on the pedal, you have it. Current model. This would be considered like a newer model. Like I said, I'm going to make a video too for current owners. If they want to rip out their electronics, they can. It won't void your warranty on the rest of the system here, because it's not really hard. It's really simple. You just have to own a soldering iron, basically. And I believe that's it. I'm super excited about this. This generator basically completes a lot of little bugs that the first generation had. And going on from here, basically the designs are endless. I can make so many different designs just from this generator, and you'll be able to buy those designs and still use one generator to operate them. And it's going to be fun, exciting stuff. Thank you, everyone.